everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanya. Today's video is a collaboration video with winniebeelv. Do that again. winniebeelv. Okay. Right. So Winnie and I were talking recently on Messenger, and we were having a bit of a chit chat about a variety of topics. And we said, she said, girl, we need to collab again. I said, girl, yes, we do. And I said, guess what? I've got an idea. And she's like, hit me. And I said, how about if we work on this concept where we share with you guys the luxury items in our collection that we're just not loving as much as we used to. So 5 luxury items that I'm falling out of love with. And she was like, yep, I'm all there for it. I said, really? Like, do you have any that you just find that you look at them and you're thinking, yeah, I still like you, but, it's not you, it's me. It's one of those situations where maybe you've outgrown it, or maybe it's just not hitting that mark for us anymore. And she said, oh, yes, I have some. I said, good, because I do too. So let's do something, and then we can tag others. And hopefully they then will also go on and show us what doesn't work for them. So I have here about 5 or 6. I know I did say 5, but I think I might have 6. Sorry, Winnie. I'm sure she has an honorable mention in there too. I don't know what Winnie's pieces are, and nor does she know what mine are. But these are the pieces in my collection that I look at them on my shelf or nearby, and I think, should I sell you? And if you have that doubt, then deep down it's probably something you need to sell. So of the pieces in our luxury collection that we're perhaps not loving as much, we could be looking at bags, SLGs, accessories such as sunglasses, scarves, shoes, hats, anything along those lines, luxury makeup. The pieces that I'll be sharing with you today will predominantly fall into the bags and SLG category. So before I continue, let me just excuse the casualness of my outfit, but I currently here in Melbourne am on school holidays. So you know what it's like. You sort of start to dress down during the day, dare I say a little bit slobby. I don't dress slobbily. No, actually I do. But anyway, moving on. So that explains my red plaid shirt, my Jack shirt. And if anyone has watched Heartland or is watching Heartland, you will understand that reference, because one of the main protagonists wears a red plaid shirt all the time. So I call it my Jack shirt, but it's cozy and it's comfy. So enough of all the extra chit chat. Let's get on to the pieces that I'm just not loving as much. First piece is my Coach mini backpack. Yes, I know some of you thinking, well, Coach is not luxury. Well, actually, I think it is luxury. But anyway, of my pieces in my collection, this is one of the pieces that I am finding myself not loving as much. And I know that because I actually haven't picked it up and used it for quite some time. I think that it's just an awkward shape. The shape and the size, rather, not the shape, but the size of it is great because you can carry more than, say, a Louis Vuitton Palm Springs mini or the MCM mini Stark backpack. And it's not as big as the PM size. It is that nice in-betweener. But because of that, and because I wanted to, when I purchased this, to wear it as a crossbody, as a result, I find that the shape and the size a little bit awkward against my body because it looks almost like an extra growth or something that just doesn't belong there. So for me, this is a piece that I look at it and I think, no, I don't want to use it. Should I use it as a backpack? Because it's actually been designed. It is a backpack, and the straps here will file through this extra loop thing on the back. Yes, but if I'm going to wear a backpack, I'd rather wear a crossbody, because I feel like if I need that extra protection by just putting my hand over the bag while I'm wearing a crossbody, I can do that. This one is sort of chunky and a bit big that I would look awkward doing that. And if I'm just not going to do it as a backpack. I'm just not. That's just me. And this is good in the sense that when you do wear a crossbody, and look, you can, because you can alter the straps, you can access things easily. And it's a great size and it holds a lot and all the usual rigmarole. It's a great size, but I'm just not loving it as much anymore. So I think I'll eventually list this and sell it. If anyone's interested in this reach out to me on Insta and we can chat. All right, the second bag that I'm not loving as much, and some of you may be surprised by this, is this one here. Now, I've actually not shown this to you in a lot of close detail. I purchased this last year in 2021 during lockdown and everything, and I loved the colorway of this and I loved the shape. But I thought this was the one down, the size, one smaller, because the one smaller than this, or just down from this, does have an attachable crossbody strap in addition to these two handles. And because this one doesn't have the additional strap, I find that when I want to use it, I feel limited, because I'm not the type of person that is going to wear a bag like this on the crook of my elbow all the time. It's just not going to happen. I can tell you now, this will drive me crazy. But the other thing about this is that while it does fit over my shoulder, and there's a little bit of room between my armpit, so here's my armpit there, and the bag, in summer, and given the color of this bag and everything, it sort of lends itself to the warmer months. While I can wear it on my shoulder, I'll always be paranoid about sweat. Even the deodorant itself, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be sweat, but the deodorant may rub off onto the canvas. You know, it may damage the leather trim. It may discolor here. So because of that, I feel limited in using this bag. I did use it a couple of times when I went into the city some time ago. I was there for the day, and I brought some books with me and a laptop, and you know, and I used it and I carried it around just handheld, a little bit on my shoulder, occasionally like this, but it was annoying like this, you know. So look, it's a great bag, and my original purpose in buying it was to actually spruce it up, you know, just give the old girl a little bit more life and then sell it on. But then when I received it, I loved it, and I love the combination of the black. We've got the nylon webbing here. We've got the leather on the handles. You've got the leather corners. You've got the Balenciaga. You've got this beautiful sort of thick calico canvas fabric. The inside is very spacious. You can see it's got the press studs on the side, and it comes with an extra pouch. And I thought to myself, oh, I quite like this bag. I think I'll keep it. I think I won't. I think I'll go back to my original idea and sell this on. Again, if there's anything that I'm showing today, and I'm thinking of doing a vlog sale. Should I do a vlog sale? I don't know. But if there's anything, reach out. Happy to talk. Next bag I'm going to share with you makes me a little bit sad, because I purchased this with money that my family gave me for my 40th birthday. And this is my Bally Wild Horn Speedy style bag. And I bought this because at the time it was my first luxury in boutique purchase. I can't remember if I bought the Speedy 25 before this or soon after. I've since sold that, of course. But I bought this from the Bally boutique at Westfield Doncaster here in Melbourne. And there's a story behind this bag, which will be in an upcoming video. But anyway, I wanted this because I loved the Speedy, but I wanted one with the bandolier. This one does come with a strap, which you could make short for shoulder or crossbody. Two beautiful, you know, leather handles. You've got your chaps. It's got the key holder here as a clochette. You know, this is extra. And it's really spacious. There's a nice dark red, typical Speedy layout inside. This is about 28 centimeters across. So it's in between the 25 and the 30 in the LV. And I thought that at the time when I purchased it, it was a good, you know, alternative to the LV Speedy. And I used it a lot. This is predominantly a winter bag for me because it is completely weatherproof and carefree. But I'm just finding that this aesthetic, this shape, is not something I'm gravitating towards. I'm very drawn to these particular shapes. You know, these are more of the shapes that I'm liking and enjoying. And not because they are the brands that they are. They're just the shapes that I like. I still love Bally. In fact, I would like to purchase another Bally bag. I just haven't decided which one. And so I suppose the reason why I'm holding on to this so much is because it was purchased with money from my family, my parents and brothers and so on, at the time for my 40th. But, you know, my friend Krista said something very true recently. She said, well, the sentimentality that I applied to this when I sell this can then also be applied to another item, which will probably be more loved than this one. So I have been considering selling this. I'm still unsure, but I can tell you that I'm finding, because of its size, this is probably one of the largest bags I own in this shape. Because of its size, I'm not sort of wanting to use it so much. Therefore, I'm not loving it as much. But sometimes you just need a bag like this. You just need it. And as much as, you know, we have all these different types of bags and colors and shapes and sizes, sometimes you just need a particular type of bag. But you don't have to always necessarily use it. And that's something I've got to remind myself of. I've got lots of bags in a similar shape like this, so I gravitate to those a lot. But that doesn't mean that I can't have a tote, or that I can't have a speedy style or anything else, even if they're not bags I would use a lot. Next two items I'll share with you are both SLGs. So I suppose technically they are individual, but they're sort of the same thing. So I'm just going to like put them into one. This here is the LV clay in the vernis leather, which is the patent leather. And the color here is the Pomme d'Amour. And as you can see, it's got the debossment of the monogram. These are not made anymore. So this is a discontinued piece, and they discontinued these about 5 years ago. And I loved this. I bought this pre-loved. And for the amount that I used it, and you know I did, because you can see the slight fullness here, because I actually had this packed with cards and cash and coins at the time. I never used it for keys. For the amount that I used it, the glazing is perfect. It's in absolutely perfect condition. The actual vernis itself, the patent leather, has nothing wrong with it. It is pristine. The zip is a dream, etc. All the usual. I loved this piece, and I bought it at the time because I knew it was going to be discontinued. The new ones now don't have this plaque, so they're still like this. And when I say the new ones, the ones that replace this just don't have the plaque. And I did give it a lot of love. Then I retired it about back in 2018. I purchased for myself the Emprunt clay because I was worried about overusing this. But since then, as much as I'm looking at it now and I'm still loving it, I think to myself, it's patent. I probably don't love it as much as I did. And sometimes, you know, sometimes we just move on. Sometimes we just move on and from things, and, you know, we might not love them as much, and that's okay too. So this is, you know, a beautiful piece to have for those people who are Louis Vuitton collectors. So that's the next one that I think I just don't love as much anymore. Next one, you saw me holding it up already a few minutes ago. This one is a beauty. I purchased this for myself at Christmas in 2020, so the end of the year. And I purchased this from the boutique in Melbourne, just, you know, around the corner from Collins Street. And I purchased this with a $100 voucher that a student had gifted me at the end of that year. The reason why I have fallen out of love with this, although I still love it, but just a little bit less, is because of its color. I should not have purchased this color. Can you believe I was holding the black one, I think it was Caviar at the time, in my hands, the black with the gold hardware, and I put that down for this. I was served by Benny that day, I remember specifically, and at the time I thought, oh no, I'm gonna go for color because I love color, and I do. I love color, but I should have gone with my gut. I think I was like a little bit swayed, and I was a little bit convinced to go for this, and it was a mistake because I've not used it since. So for that reason, as beautiful as it is, and it is in pristine, unused, brand new with tags condition, I have just fallen out of love with it a little bit. I swear, it is a lovely gold color. The leather is matte, and I can't remember the collection. I think I'll have the video where I unbox this linked below, and I am going to list this and sell it. So if anyone is interested in a gold brand new Chanel card holder, let me know. It's a shame. Oh, but darling, it's not you, it's me. Really. Well, actually, no, it's you because you're the wrong color. So, yeah. Soz girl, you gotta go. And the next item, which is perhaps my like 5th/6th, is my Chanel lip glosses. I think I have a couple more, but they're like spread around all over the place. I still like these. I love these because for a lip gloss, they have a lot of pigment. They have a fair bit of color. But what I find is I am preferring more creamy lipsticks. And I have finally found a lip balm that is helping my lips feel and look less dry. I mean, my lips still get dry, and this dryness of my lips is something that I've had all my life. And for that reason, I tended to avoid normal lipsticks because the lipstick would just make the dryness seem worse. So I moved to lip glosses a lot. So having said that, I still love these, and I do love the amount of color that they bring for a lip gloss, but I'm sort of feeling a little bit underwhelmed by the finish and by that stickiness that sometimes these leave behind. It's a shame because, I mean, they're fantastic and I'm not going to get rid of them. I'll certainly keep them and I'll certainly use them up. And they're good too because after you've worn them and that sort of stickiness has died down, they do feel somewhat moisturizing, but I'm just not gravitating to these as much anymore. And I think to myself, you know, that's $200 just there in my hand. That could have been $200 better spent. I mean, a lip gloss is a lip gloss. Can I get the same effect with a Maybelline lip gloss, a Revlon? Yes. Did it have to be Chanel? No, but you know how it is. Doesn't matter. When we want it, we want it. My favorite color is still this one. This is 716. It's amazing. Such a beautiful color. It's just one of those nudie, brownie pinks, you know, my lips but better type of, oh, love it. Anyway, that's that. So Winnie, thank you so much for working with me on this collaboration. Thank you again, Winnie. Thank you again. I hope you guys have found this interesting. I will tag some other lovely YouTubers below. We are very keen to see what other people have to say about some of the pieces in their luxury collection that maybe they're just not loving as much. So I look forward to reading your comments as always. Take care, everybody. God bless. And I'll see you next time. Ciao. Oh, biatch. Is this my color? Should I buy another one? Whew.